Joe Colton, let's talk about you for a
Yeah.
minute, shall we?
Okay. This is where Ryan makes me nervous.
Are you prepared? Are you prepared to
No!
discuss you?
Ryan excels at that.
I'm like starting to sweat.
That's the fires of hell coming at you from Lucifer. So check this out. You are in an Orville fan film called A Planetary Shoot. What's it called? A Planetary Series. That's what I thought.
Yes.
That's really cool. I saw the first episode. It was awesome. It was fun. We love the people involved. Do you want to tell us a bit about it? Were you part of the creation process, or were you just approached to join in?
So I've worked with Eric Moran for almost a decade on things, and we've done, Drudge Dread fan films, some Star Trek fan films.
Oh, you mean Eric the Smoke Moran, the professional wrestler?
Yes.
It's true.
That's
it's
funny
true.
because
It's all true.
Oh, wow.
my husband is actually a former wrestler as well, so they talk wrestling.
So you know who Paul Orndorff is, then, I hope.
I do. See, my
Very
favorite was
nice.
Roddy Piper growing up. I was a Roddy.
Great.
Yeah,
dude.
Roddy Piper.
I met him in a restroom once. Please continue.
Mr. Wonderful?
No, Roddy Piper. Oh. He was awesome. He was great.
Yeah, was he really nice? He's really sweet. He was really sweet to his fans.
Yeah. He seems like he was just as nice as we had always hoped.
Yeah. He wasn't as villainous as he was in the ring.
But anyway, sorry. Please tell us more.
Yes. So I've worked with Eric. I was on Trek Isolation with him, Dread shoots, and then he said to me, "So I got an idea, and I want you involved." And I have a hard time saying no to people. It's really bad. That's how I get overwhelmed.
Thanks for joining us today.
I was really excited. Thank you for having me. So he was like, "Listen, Joe, I got a project, I got an idea." And I said, "Okay." He's like, "Do you want to hear it?" I was like, "Sure, but I'm already in. Like, I'm going to say yes." So he tells me the idea, and then I go up in February. We shoot the pilot. I am Captain Lorraine Emmett, and I am a captain of another starship, and I try and convince him that he should take his commission. And I'm pretty straightforward. My character is very zero things, and she's just a badass, and she spares no qualms about telling him like he's got to get out from his. So I also am working on the costumes for that show. So
I saw that in the credits. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited. So I've done some costume. I've done a lot of commissions. I've done some costume work for Bob O'Reilly. I made his Star Trek his new attire for his convention rounds. He wanted as they get older, they like to use the bathroom. So I made him a whole new.
Even young people like bathrooms. Hey, those of you at home that aren't big Star Trek nerds like we are, that is Gowron.
Chancellor Gowron.
in Star Trek Next Generation and Deep Space Nine.
Yes, I love them both. So
also,
much.
Joe, by the way, you have begun work on a top secret DC-inspired project. Tell us all about it.
Can you?
So I have had the idea of creating my own series inspired by DC Comics. So that is starting to be in the works. I've told nobody except the few people that I'm going to be working with. So I'm announcing it, I guess, here first. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's going to be very, very female empowerment. And really interesting villains. I hope to get people to.
I think I know, but I'm not going to say. I'm going to change the sub before we start asking prying questions. we're going to go ahead and skip the question about you are building a screen accurate version of the golden armor from Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Yes. I feel like that.
We're going to skip right over that. We're not even going to mention it.
Yeah, because that's also DC Comics. But I will say that something that we'll find very interesting as well is that you are the co-chair for a podcast about G.I. Joe collectors.
Yes. So I'm a huge action figure collector.
Nice.
I also collect sideshow collectible figures. But growing up, when I was younger, my dad was in the military, so it was very fitting that he would, get me little action figures, and obviously I got Barbies as well, but the G.I. Joes were my favorite, so I would kind of play with them, and I have collected since 1984.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have any He-Man toys?
I do. So funny,
Nice.
I have a complete Golden Girls collection, which is the predecessor to She-Ra, and it came out the year before She-Ra and He-Man action figures, and I have the holy grail of that series, which is the Castle.
Wow.
Yeah,
Castle
I'm a little
Grayskull?
intense. No, it's just it's
Eternia?
It's the predecessor to Eternia. So
Wow, that's cool.
But I do have a Grayskull up in Canada. So it's at my parents' house. They were like, you don't need this, and I'm like, okay.
Damn. We need to have you back so you could do like a show and tell and be like, this is this, and this is this. I
feel like you would lose subscribers just by showing like all my action. Like I have tubs of action figures.
Well, we would love it though.
Right.
We'd be like, I had that one, man. Oh yeah.
And as
Mike and I do a Zoom call.
As Mike and I like to say, we don't mind losing subscribers, because if they're unsubscribing, then that means that they just never really liked us in the first.
Yeah, get out of here.
But don't unsubscribe, please. And lastly, what's up with Trek Girls?
So we took a break last year a little bit. I got very busy, and Maggie had some stuff to do. So we are going to be relaunching and doing either the Tuesday or the Thursday nights, just because the new episodes of Discovery are released on Thursday nights. So we'll probably do discussions after that, like we were doing with Picard. And then we'll do some costume building for Trek stuff. And we'll have discussions of old shows and materials and just prop building in general on Trek Girls.
And this is a weekly podcast.
We're thinking either weekly or bi-weekly, depending on our schedule. Well, now COVID, so I guess weekly.
Well, that's good. We're going to have
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that we're going to have all the links for all that important stuff in the description box below. And by we, I mean Michael is going to do all that work, because he's really good with that. And I'm like, when I type.
Joe made it super easy. She gave us like all the links, all like nice and tidy. So all I have to do is copy and paste. I love that. So.
I love that too.